Thank you so much, Faris, for taking out time and meeting us for this special series. I think this will go very, very special with us because we had been wanting to touch upon this sensitive topic for a very, very long time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Pop in, burning like this, ain't checking my wrist. Third is my shift. Rolling all night like flex, we look at the clips, these credits are lit.
So I think to begin with, I will use a phrase I think everyone is aware. The day we are born, we are destined to die. I think there must be some quote as well that you must also be using back, out here. So, and this video and this series is not about life or death or the gyan of post that, but I think it's more to do with your property which is being handed over to your generations or your kids once you're gone. I think that topic was very, very important to be touched upon, the will and your foundation. I think we will begin with these two imperative questions and see where is your thought on that, because being a consultant specializing in this domain, I think it will add a lot of value to our customers because we deal in high-end premium luxury properties, and this question has always been prevalent.
Great, Robin. I'm very happy the way you've started with that holistic approach in property market or business. Usually we don't talk, we just talk business and leave.
Absolutely.
Yes, we are born and we will definitely die. Yeah, the verse in Quran is it's kullu nafsin dha'iqatul maut, which means every soul shall taste the death. It's obvious that we are all going to die.
Absolutely.
So when it comes to the will or succession planning, the foundation, all these aspects, the underlying fact is our death only, right? When we are gone, what will happen to our business, or what will happen to our property or assets, our wealth? This is the question. So this factor is connected with these structuring procedures. What are we going to do? How we are going to do? How a will is being executed? When a will is being executed? And what is a will? It's a beautiful topic to discuss with.
Correct.
Because many people they die without a will, but with a lot of assets.
Absolutely.
This simple document is missing.
Correct.
It will create confusions, conflicts, arguments, within the family members. He leaves a lot of uncertainty in this world, and with a lot of property or assets or wealth. It's a bit, not so easy to deal with when
Absolutely.
especially when imagine that you're dying and your family members are fighting on your wealth or
Correct.
fighting on your asset, how this has to be distributed.
See, you're grieving, and at the same point in time, there is court, there are these bank closures, you cannot access your bank accounts. All these are kind of seized for a long period of time just because of this one document which is missing.
Absolutely. See, the terminology which is being used is intestacy,
Okay.
where you are dying without a will.
It's a new thing that I've learned today. Okay.
Yeah, it's a situation where you leave your family members for that uncertainty. Now you deal with my property. I don't know what you want to do or what you have to do. You deal with it. So your intention is being reflected when this document is absent.
Absolutely.
So what you're leaving when with a will or a proper planning, what you're leaving to your family members is the clarity, the certainty, who owns what, who should be owning what, and how your business or your property has to be managed. So the will come into the picture. So when we talk about will, we will have to talk about the other aspects also, how you have to structure it if you have got
Correct.
a lot of wealth.
Absolutely.
Yeah, will is just for the immediate execution after your death. Like,
Correct.
this is the immediate generation who is going to take over, and this is up to their will how they have to manage. How to, it's up to their will. They have to utilize your wealth. It's up to their wealth. They have to sell it or not immediately enjoy the money.
Absolutely.
So this is you're leaving your intention to somebody's will right after you die.
Correct.
That is the actual that is the thing happens when your will is being executed. Now, when it comes to succession planning, you have different options to execute your intention while you are alive.
Absolutely.
Let's say, for example, you are setting up a structure or a holding company or a foundation specifically. You are having that control and you are having that ability to preserve, to plan, to manage your existing assets in a way where you want to hand it over to multiple generations. So here we are talking about preserving your asset for generations to come. So you might set up a foundation, have your council members, you watch how this is being managed. I'll give you a classic example, Robin.
Please.
Now you buy a lot of properties for others. I know that you are not just working as a broker, you are a consultant. You advise, you know their business, you know their background, you know their family members.
Correct.
So you advise how a property has to be taken care or how it has to be managed even after the customer's death or even while he is alive.
Correct.
I understand.
It's a pure journey, Faris, if you ask me. I mean, it is not about bricks and mortar. It is about the entire hand-holding session that goes, because we deal in high-end luxury properties. Most of clients are high net worth individuals. They require these kind of structures. Will is one of them. The other question which you rightly said is the foundation. I think it is very important for them also to to enjoy the fruit of their property, because when the kids grow up, they always say, okay, this was made by my father or my grandfather. Because of them, I am able to enjoy this kind of an asset class. So it's very important for them also to structure this planning very well, and it has to be very streamlined so that the other generation takes it on peacefully. Because back in India, I mean, most of the good assets across India are under litigation just because that the proper planning or the will execution or succession planning was not done, or the foundation was not done right.
Absolutely. So you see this real life examples on daily basis. I like it when somebody, let's say for example, my son is talking to his friend saying that this has been earned by my father, and this was handed over to me with a lot of clarity, and I didn't have to go through a lot of documentation to get this. And so because your clarity is giving a lot of value, your asset has got a lot of value when you have planned it well. Who should use it, how should they use it in that manner. So you want to test this handover procedure, or you want to test the supervision, the management of your assets or your property while you're alive, then a foundation comes into the picture. So
that's the basic difference. Like
exactly.
When you're alive, you do a foundation. When you unfortunately are no more in this world, the will is the thing that supersedes, but will has to be in place.
Yeah, will is basically something which will be executed right after your death. You don't have anything. This is about your intention, how my asset has to be taken care when I leave this world.
Okay,
the foundation is different. Perfect. The foundation is that you're setting up that entire plan the journey of your asset to the multiple generations, and you see that, and you can supervise it while you're alive.
Lovely.
So that's what called as succession planning. How you plan something for your wealth or your assets, how this has to be managed while, and you see that test while you're alive.
Got it.
You have your own council members, you have your managers. Okay, you know that. Okay, you have got many children, and a specific son or somebody who will be good in business. Your daughter might be good in asset management. So when you're letting a court to decide, okay, this has to be decided by court when I leave from this earth, let them decide. So maybe this will not be executed as you wish, right? As you will.
Got it.
So when you have that succession planning is already done in the form of a foundation, you are creating that system while you're alive, and you supervise, you manage with the help of your council members. You will have your charter. It will be written what will happen, what should happen, and how it has to be happen. There is utmost clarity which you can implement and revise whenever it is required. You can fine tune it. So you do the proper succession planning. That is the difference between a will and a foundation.
I think very well articulated, Faris. Very important thing for our viewers. I think one clarity we need to see, someone I'm giving you a scenario, someone who is in Dubai, maybe any part of the world, and does a religion aspect come into, or it supersedes with your country of origin?
Yeah, it's a good question, Robin. See, for Muslims, especially in United Arab Emirates, Sharia law is applicable.
Right.
So when a non-Muslim dies here, he is in that intestacy stage where he's dying without a will. So then the court will have its own procedures. They will check with the family members and the legal procedures and the law in his home country. So those procedures will be very much time consuming. So that's a reason where at least a will is significant here, where he will not let his heirs or his children to go through the cumbersome documentation procedures, no legalization, especially when if he die somewhere different part of the world, he'll have to legalize the document from UAE embassy from the country he has died.
So you mean to say this, if it is a very important document, immediately right after buying the property, we should execute a will as a first if it is an individual, and if it is not an individual or it's a bigger company, then foundation is what?
Exactly. If it's just one property and this is for rental purpose or a flipping process, yes, a will is sufficient.
Correct.
If it's a high net worth individual, he's got multiple properties and he requires a proper system to be implemented for the management of, and if it's especially if it is a lot of wealth and assets, business shares, we always recommend to go for a foundation, because maybe this asset can be utilized or useful for multiple generations. So this is about preserving your wealth, which you have hard earned.
Got it.
So yeah.
Got it. Perfect. I think thank you so much, Faris, for this lovely addressing of this very important topic. For more details, if you would like to know more and deep dive, please type will, and we will come back to you with more such informative insights. We are definitely having this services on board with us, because most of our clients need end-to-end solutioning. So this is a part of our service bouquet that we offer to our clients. Thank you again, Faris, for answering that question. Now, my other question, which most of my clients keep asking me, whether we should buy the property or the asset under their name, or the company should have the asset, or a special purpose vehicle, what you call it, should be made?
Good question, Robin. It depending on the profile of the investor, I must say that completely depending on the way he is going to treat that asset. This is for investment purpose. This is for his end usage, and how this property has to be treated, or how the asset has to be treated. So mostly if it's a single transaction, he just buying just one property, usually it is under the personal capacity, individual capacity. But sometimes if risk fencing is required,
Correct.
then we will advise you to go for a proper structuring mode.
I like the word risk fencing. Can you elaborate on this, please?
Risk fencing is in the sense, he is involved in different line of business, and sometimes a case comes, or attachment comes, or he is not having not so pleasant family relations, and where divorce is expected. Many aspects are there when it comes to, for somebody has to protect their asset. For that we have to structure it in a way, okay, if I go bankrupt, and my asset has to be preserved or protected. So
Basically for high net worth individuals like celebrities, or
mostly high net.
Yes.
Correct. Mostly high net worth individuals are using this kind of structuring. But it is recommended for all the business entrepreneurs where they see there is a requirement to protect my assets from all the conflicts, or from all the upcoming difficulties in his business. So it is recommended to fence it with a proper structure. So SPV or foundation, or it can be under a holding company. This way you can structure it.
How many days does it take for forming a company and then putting it up and running? And tentative cost. I mean, these two are very important.
Good. See, it's all depending on the time frame cost, and all depending on the jurisdiction we choose. That we have got plenty of licensing authorities in UAE coming from the mainland and the free zone and offshore. So mostly all the SPVs, most of the SPVs are being formed in ADGM, Abu Dhabi Global Market, or DIFC. These are the financial centers of UAE. And we have got even SPVs happening in Iraq ICC, and DMCC recently started.
Got it.
So it's all depending on even the cost is all depending on the jurisdiction we choose. Time frame as well, approximately 10 to 15 working days we require.
Got it.
Provided we get the documents on time.
Well, thank you so much for this. I think I will go back to the same question of the will and foundation. How many days does the will to be executed, or to be written and executed in the court, and where does it happen? So does it happen in a specific court, or it is like going to a specific place for getting it done? And what are the costs as well?
Thanks for the question. See, we have got multiple authorities where we can get a will implement. The will can be done from Abu Dhabi Judicial Department. Will can be done from Dubai courts, DIFC. It's all DIFC is common law. So cost-wise, the cheapest in UAE, to my knowledge, it is Abu Dhabi court, and Dubai courts also. It's in the mainland. Comparatively, it comes in the middle. The costliest is DIFC. So let's say around 900 dirhams is the cost of Abu Dhabi courts, and around 2000 will be the cost of Dubai courts. So it's all depending on the jurisdiction or the authority you choose. And the time frame is not that much. Mostly it is the drafting time. How maybe you'll need a revision, or you have to review it, or with your lawyers back home. So the time frame is mostly time consumption is mostly coming in drafting. The execution can be done within a day. It's like where you have to be present in front of the court. Abu Dhabi is can be done online as well. Now, most of the authorities are giving the easiness, some comfort of online digital signing as well.
Thank you so much, Faris, for all this informative session. I think we will be troubling you time and again with these new queries that will be generated, and we will definitely be in touch. Thank you so much for coming. It was great having you with us, and we will definitely do another round of viewing with you once again.
Likewise, Robin. Thank you. You rock. Okay, Robin, you've been asking me many questions. I have some questions to you.
Please.
I know that almost more than 2 decades you are in real estate.
Correct.
You're buying and selling property. You're advising people.
Correct.
And I know your customers, your investors are high net worth individuals. And that is one of the reasons we are having this conversation.
Absolutely, yes.
So you've been selling in India.
Correct.
Now you are selling a lot in Dubai as well.
Correct.
You're making a lot of money, I know that. My question is that what is your experience? How do you compare Dubai and Delhi? For example, how is the property market, the easiness in Dubai or Delhi?
A very good question, Faris. But there is, it's an apple to an orange comparison from not from a property perspective, but from the structuring perspective. High net individuals are back in Dubai as well as we deal with them in India. But the only difference is the transactions and the paperwork is much more structured back in Dubai, and there are lot of back and forth we need to go for Delhi transactions because the clarity is not there. There are multiple owners in the property when we deal in high net worth big bungalows or kotis in Delhi. There are a lot of legalities we need to be cautious of, and there are very rare that we find a crystal clear title with no litigation. Everything is a vanilla kind of a transaction, but for Dubai that is the ease of transaction is what makes it very lucrative, and it is very quick. The paperwork, right, there are no, you don't have to go for registry. Everything is online, no paperwork or less paperwork. I think that is something I really enjoy doing.
I can completely agree with that.
Yeah.
And thank you for your
Thank you so much, Faris, for taking out time. It was lovely interacting with you, and definitely we'll do more sessions.
Sure, bro.
Together.
Sure. Thank you.